Hi, my name is Iram, and I want to play a quick game with you. On Go, you're going to have 15 seconds to find what all of these have in common. Ready? Go. Time's up. Stop the clock. Okay, since there wasn't much time, you probably just said the first thing on your mind. Maybe something like, I don't know, they're all useful stuff. If you actually did, you're not wrong, but you're just not digging deep enough. The more complete answer is that they're all useful stuff now implemented into your phones. Yes, that box of metal everyone has in their pockets, or if you're like me, lost somewhere inside of your bag. In one way or another, a majority of the innovations throughout history are now integrated into our phones. Smartphones are an amazing innovation. They've done a lot for the development of the modern world, and like I tried to demonstrate in that quick game, compiled a whole bunch of stuff that we found enjoyable into one easily accessible device. But smartphones aren't just devices either. They're a one-size-fits-all innovation that has genuinely impacted everyone in some way, shape, or form. The ease of accessibility that it provides, paired with the countless ways that it's impacted our lives in, and it's clear to see why it's such a good topic to talk about for this project. On that note, this video will be divided into two parts. Two factors, as I like to call it, each showcasing a trait that demonstrates how smartphones have made an impact on our lives. Factor 1. Educational impact. While smartphones aren't directly responsible for the shift in how we view education, the advertised ease of access that the phones provided allowed for students to have a search engine in their pockets at all times. Remember the saying that your teachers used to say, "Oh, you're never gonna have a calculator in your pocket all the time." Yeah, you know what I mean. That's what the smartphone basically fixed. It's impacted education through the means of accessibility, and with the rise of AI models and educational apps like Duolingo, students can learn anywhere where they have a Wi-Fi connection. This impact, however, is a double-edged sword, displaying several pros and cons. The pros to using phones for educational learning include constant available resources for researching, the capability to learn and study outside of school, access to a mobile assistant in the form of AI or apps anywhere you go. But the cons to use phones for those purposes include a dependency on smartphones for any information, the possible factor of distractions also found on phones, and a shift away from exploring ideas born from curiosity. That last one is something I find really important. Consider this. Have you ever had a random question? It could be anything pop into your head. Something like, why does gravity exist? Or why are humans the only smart beings on our planet? If so, your first instinct was to probably pull out your phone and to just look up the answer, right? It reflects a massive shift in how we engage with information. Smartphones have turned curiosity into immediate learning. Regardless of how you paint that, good or bad, there's no denying that it's made a substantial impact on the lives of not just the economy, but the educational world as well. While this has made it easier than ever to learn about the world, it's a controversial topic. The accessibility of information renders curiosity and the urge to innovate almost useless. Why go out of your way to research something when the research is already out there? This way of thinking never lets people explore ideas on their own, and it's only been enforced by the use and development of smartphones. It's a reminder that smartphones, while providing surface-level benefits, alter and impact a person's life in more ways than one. Pulling away from both economic statistics and educational dilemmas, however, let's focus on an ever-growing impact happening literally right now. Factor 2. Social media. Social media. My bad. A large and key factor that influences something deeper than our economic and educational world is the aspect of social media. Social media as a topic can bring up some controversy due to the way that it often negatively shifts the opinions and perspectives people have of each other. It's addictive in nature, and the online content and process often makes it hard to stop scrolling. It takes up a majority of several people's free time, and worst, often shifts everyone's perspective of the norm. It's another prominent issue that's only been growing in scale ever since the innovations and developments of the smartphone. The addictive factors of social media and online content in general can now latch onto several more people, which is obviously not very good. Social media apps like Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat weren't just adapted for smartphones, they were built for them. These platforms let ordinary people become content creators, celebrities, or at the very least, viral dance instructors. While admittingly funny, the idea that anybody could go viral drives people to do crazy things. I mean, just a while ago, there's been reoccurring trends online about vandalizing school property. Devious licks or 0.7 GPA students? Dog, you're literally breaking a Chromebook. What are you talking about? While it does make for a temporary laugh, the damage negatively impacts local communities and schools, costing unnecessary spending and ruining overall reputation. Additionally, that also means I have to walk around the entire school to look for a washroom that isn't closed off due to vandalizing. So while smartphones have connected us through the means of a giant platform, it's also warped us and our views. They're powerful, convenient, and have genuinely reshaped everything from the economy to behavior. But they're not just tools, they're a symbol of the world we're building. One even more compact, connected, and distracted than ever. Without smartphones, none of these factors would have gotten to the scale it has today. Again, whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing is up to choice. It's very clearly demonstrated an enormous amount of impact in our world, however, and the factors I've listed in this video are just some of the ways phones have changed our lives. For better or for worse, there really is no doubting that smartphones are one of the most influential innovations out there. So the next time you pull out your phone, regardless of whatever reason you have, remember, you're not just checking texts from your parents, you're holding a revolution, a symbol of the modern world. Thank you for watching.